Welcome, Soul Family. Today we are doing the personality reading for BoGum, and he's one of my favorite actors again. I loved him with the Moonlight Cloud. You know that series. I thought he was very good. I have not yet watched the Tangerine one because I'm so scared of I'm going to be a. Everybody tells me that they were bawling their eyes out. I'm not kind of avoiding that. They're amazing actors, IU and Park Bogum. And I will definitely watch it when life gives you tangerines or something like that. Anyway, so I want to tell people please just look at the membership area. The link will be in my description. If you all want relationship videos, that's where they will be. The public space has only general videos on current energies, personalities, updates, things like that. Any requests you all are putting in for relationship or couple readings, they will be only in the membership area. All right. Spirit, please show us the personality for Park Bogum. Okay. We had an interesting thing. I usually put the cards back into forward when I do a personality reading. But for some reason, when I got the Ace of Swords for him as the central personality in reverse, what it felt for me was, this guy is quite famed to be a very liked, very happy personality. Everybody likes him, and I've always noticed with people who everybody likes, they suppress a lot of things inside them because they don't want to hurt somebody else. And so there is a lot inside him which he has not, which he doesn't allow to come out. Okay, so I really feel it's like, the thoughts, the feelings, the what he really wants to say, he kind of keeps it inside himself. And with his primary influence, also, if you see, there are swords which are pointing towards him. He's resting, but I feel again the swords are, just going and pointing. He's gone through a lot of pain in life, all right? And he's able to, he might be the kind of empathic person who knows how you're going to feel. He kind of senses people, how they feel when he talks to them. And he ends up taking their pain on himself. I don't know why I got this, but this is what I got. So, when he's talking to you, and if you tell him, oh, I'm going through this and this and that, he not only he doesn't sympathize, he empathizes with you. Your pain becomes his pain. And so he actually might try avoiding people who are going through difficult times because he's not able to handle it on his own. He's so empathic. But there's a lot of suppression inside him. And he's been like this as a child because when I see previous life influence, there's been a lot of conflict in his life. I don't know what the conflict is, but he's always felt attacked. He's always felt needed to defend himself. There's this constant need, and the people who he loves and trusts the most are the ones who are attacking him. In his future, we see the death card means there's a huge change in his life coming. Where like a whole era, whole thing is going to change and shift in his personality. I feel that a big change is coming in his life. In his terms of identity, he is a very truthful guy. He likes the truth, and to him, to lie is very difficult. And it's so hard if he has to lie for other people, also, it is so hard for him to lie. He just struggles with it. He likes facing problems, head on. He's not somebody who's going to be in denial phase for a very long time. He's going to accept things as they are and kind of, he very pragmatic in those things. Like he's like, this is the truth. If something is the truth, he rather take a bitter truth than a pleasant lie. Yeah, he prefers the bitter truth compared to the pleasant lie. People who lie to him don't remain. He doesn't remain friends with them. Even if it's because he doesn't like people who do that. He also identifies as a planner and organizer. He's very sorted mentally, okay, and he is ambitious. He wants to go the far, he wants to go far, and he's very hardworking. But the best thing about him, he does plan. He is someone who tries to be organized, who plans for the future. In the public space, he feels very restricted. The restriction he's imposed on himself, in the sense that he's very conscious publicly. I would say that. As I said, he tends to pick up other people's thoughts. So he, even though not wanting to, he comes to know what's happening around him, what people think about him, and that makes him very, very restrictive. So he doesn't like, even though he's a host and he's a very happy-go-lucky guy, I think for him, his me time is very important to recharge himself. When in the public space, in the private space, he's very, very happy. So when he is alone with his, own tribe, his own people he trusts, he's very happy and he feels very victorious. Overall, very, and he's a leader. Yes, he's like a leader. The kind of the guy who, leads from the front. He is that kind of person. The lover's card is come at the position where what he's the most scared of. He's scared to fall in love because he's so scared that he will be completely bound by love. Or he loves so completely that, the person will overtake him. So he is scared to fall in love. He doesn't fall in love easily. He doesn't want to fall in love easily. Because it's not only just romantic love or having a crush. If he starts caring about somebody, he will sacrifice his needs for that person. So he doesn't want to be in that. I think he has, you know, you run away from love because you're like, it's more like a chain rather than rather than something which sets you free. So that's why he fears love. In terms of desires, he wants to do, obviously, he's ambitious. He wants to do very well in his life. There are a lot of, he has a huge bucket list of things which are left. He's not very confident that he can get them, but he does dream and he does want those beautiful things in life. Maybe he wants to study more. He wants, to travel more. He has a huge, definitely wants to buy more houses and things like that. But he's not sure whether he's going to make that. Yeah. There's some amount of self-doubt in him. But we see a big change coming in his life. I don't know what the big change is. Maybe the series is going to cause a change again in him, or personally inside there's going to be a big change coming in his life. Alright, so now let's look at his career. The past, present, and the future. So in his career, we see his past. We have the moon, we have the justice in reverse, and we have the chariot. So it was obviously difficult beginning. Sorry. It was a difficult beginning for him with the moon card. He was very confused when he was young whether, this was the right career for him. And he went through a lot of unfairness. We have the justice in reverse. So life was not fair to him, especially even in showbiz. There were many times when he didn't get his due. And then suddenly, from that energy, we get the chariot, where he suddenly comes and becomes very prominent. I don't know whether that was a reply 88, 98, which made him famous, or whether it was the Moon Cloud one, which really made him a household name. But the prominence, from the self doubt, it just went zoop. He grew in his career very fast. And in his present, we see him having the King of Swords, the Knight of Wands, and the Queen of Swords in reverse. So his career is going good right now. Okay, he's in a good place now, and he seems to be full of ideas. He seems to be very, he's looking at it very intellectually. But with the Queen of Swords in reverse, is that he might not be able to, be objective about his script picking or about his career, what he really wants to do the next, the next few projects or whatever. Because I see in the future he's overcommitting himself. He really is going to go out of work-life balance. He might do too much. Maybe because of the success of his series, he might get too much work and it will just affect him. And since we have the King of Pentacles and Strength card both in reverse, again in the future I see there is some fallback. Maybe he falls, he should take care of his health. I don't know for the reason I got that. So that health issue is going to affect his career, and he will have to go through a period where it's going to be difficult. Yeah, because he is not giving himself enough rest. He has overcommitted himself and just taken too much work into his hands. So yeah, he should be careful about that. Let's look at his love life and see what's going on over there. Okay, so in his love life, he had a long time back, he had a crush on somebody, all right? When I say past, I don't know how past this is. This could be 3 months, 6 months, 3 years. But in his past, yes, there was somebody who was his ideal woman. And most probably she was a co-worker or someone who worked with him, all right? And he was very emotionally attached to her. But I don't feel that is there now. It's going on now because we have the Ace of Wands, we have a King of Wands. So this is all passion energy. There is no emotional energy over here. So right now, I don't think, and to me, this was still a crush. It could have been even one-sided. I don't think it went ahead anywhere over here. With his present, I think he's single. He's not really looking into somebody or being in love with somebody. He is, we have an ace and a king just next to each other over here. And they're in reverse. Okay, if they were in forward, I would still think, okay, maybe, there is some new person in his life. But with reverse, no, I don't feel that. His love life right now is not, he doesn't have a girlfriend, or at least according to me. I don't think he has someone right now. He is more involved in charity and doing things like that. He's more humanitarian. He's involved in those kind of things instead of one single person. And if he saw his personality, he's scared of falling in love. He doesn't want to fall in love. Maybe because of this reason. Maybe this crush, whoever he had, I feel must have taken advantage of him in some way. And then because of the betrayal, he doesn't want to have anything. Again, we see a partnership breaking in the future. With the Two of Cups in reverse. And this is with the Six of Pentacles, Six of Cups. We know that this person he knows for a very long time. So I think he's still in touch with her. Okay, but whatever change is coming in his life, a big change, there's going to be he's going to say enough is enough and, move on. He's going to finally get over her and move on. I wonder who this woman is. It's very difficult to think who it is. We think, okay, maybe it's a person he has worked with. It could be this, it could be that. It might be somebody completely different because we really don't know how many people he's meeting in his daily life, right? So that is the reason I don't try to guess which actress it is. But I don't think even they went around. I just feel they were very, very good friends. But from his side, he was more emotional towards her than she was to him. But we see in the future he's going to finally get over it and say enough is enough. There's going to be some kind of change coming and he's going to move on. With the Two of Wands, I feel he's going to, look towards the future, to a brighter future. So this was the reading for BoGum, and if you all enjoyed this, please give this a thumbs up. Thank you so much. Bye bye.